Welcome back to the training series of TAE certification. In the last session, we went through one of the two main activities involved in the implementation and rollout of a TAS, which is pilot project. And today, we will cover the second one, that is deployment. So without any further ado, let's begin. Once the pilot has been assessed, the TAS should only be deployed to the rest of the department or organization if the pilot has been deemed successful. Rollout should be undertaken incrementally and be well managed. So after evaluating the pilot, if it's successful, we should gradually introduce the TAS to the entire department or organization, making sure that it is well managed along the way. Success factors for deployment include, number one, incremental rollout. So an incremental rollout approach involves introducing the TAS to the organization gradually, addressing challenges step by step, and ensuring that support and resources are provided in waves as more users adopt the tool. So this approach allows for a smoother transition, early issue identification, efficient resource allocation, and the flexibility to add licenses as necessary to accommodate growing usage. Number two, adapting and improving processes to fit with the use of the TAS. This factor emphasizes the importance of harmonizing the use of TAS with existing organizational processes. It acknowledges that both processes and TAS may need some adjustments to work effectively together, ultimately leading to improved efficiency and effectiveness in the organization's testing and automation practices. It's like making sure that all pieces of a puzzle fit just right. Number three, providing training and coaching or mentoring for new users. This factor is about the importance of preparing new users for the adoption of the TAS through training and coaching. It highlights the need to provide structured learning experiences to users who are new to the TAS, ensuring that they have the knowledge and skills required to use it effectively in their roles. Number four, defining usage guidelines. This one emphasizes the importance of creating clear and comprehensive documents such as guidelines, checklists, and FAQs, etc., that provide users with guidance on how to use the TAS effectively. These resources are valuable for preventing a large number of support inquiries and also for promoting self-help among users by offering readily available answers to common questions and issues. Number five, implementing a way to gather information about the actual use. This one highlights the importance of setting up an automated data collection mechanism to gather information about how the TAS is being used within the organization. This data not only includes journal usage patterns, but also provides insights into which specific functionalities of the TAS are most utilized. Monitoring this data makes it easier to assess the effectiveness and impact of the TAS on testing processes and outcomes. Number six, monitoring TAS use, benefits, and cost. This one is all about keeping an eye on how the TAS is being used. What benefits it's bringing and what it's costing you is pretty important. It's like checking if you are getting your money's worth. By monitoring how often and effectively the TAS is used, you can tell if it's doing its job. Plus, you can use this info to recalculate things like how much time you are saving or how many problems are prevented. It's basically keeping tabs on whether the TAS is beneficial or just another tool in your toolkit. Number seven, providing support for the test and development teams for a given TAS. Think of this as having someone's back. Providing support for the test and development teams using the TAS means being there to help them out with any questions, issues, or challenges they face while working with the TAS. It's like having a trusty friend who has got your tech troubles covered. Number eight, gathering lessons learned from all teams. After using the TAS for a while, it's smart to sit down with your teams and have a chat. These are like lessons learned sessions where everyone can share what worked, what didn't, and what can be done better. It's not just about feedback, it's about making your teams feel heard and valued. Plus, we can make the TAs even better based on what we have learned from each other's experiences. And the last one, number 9, identifying and implementing improvements. So when your team gives feedback and you keep an eye on how the TS is doing, it's time to take action. You identify what can be done better, like fixing glitches or making things better. Then you actually make those improvements happen. And do not forget to tell your stakeholders what you are doing to make things even better. It's all about making things smoother and smarter with the TAS. Next, we have section 4.1.3, deployment of the TAS within the software lifecycle. The deployment of a TAS depends greatly on the phase of development of the software project which will be tested by the TAS. This means that when and how you deploy the TAS is closely tied to where the software project you are testing is in its development cycle. It's all about timing. Usually a new TAS or a new version of it is deployed either in the beginning of the project or when reaching a milestone such as code freeze or the end of a sprint. This is because the deployment activities with all the testing and modifications involved require time and effort. Okay, so the reason for this timing is that deploying the TAS involves a series of activities like testing, making adjustments, and ensuring everything works smoothly. These activities take time and effort, so it's important to plan them carefully. Also, this is a good way to mitigate the risk of the TAS not working and causing disruptions in the test automation process. So deploying the TAS at the start or a milestone helps reduce the risk of it not functioning as expected and potentially causing problems in your test automation efforts. It's a proactive way to ensure things go smoothly. And lastly, we have, however, if there are critical issues that need to be fixed for the TAS, or if a component of the environment in which it runs need to be replaced, then the deployment will be done independently from the development phase of the SUT. So sometimes there might be urgent issues with the TAS that need fixing or changes in the environment it operates in. In such cases, you might need to deploy TAS independently regardless of the software development phase. With this, we have come to the end of the section 4.1. We will start section 4.2 in next session. Till then, take care.